I'm Wendy Still, and I'm the Chief Probation Officer in Alameda County. There has been a major shift in how we think about how we define success, the language that we talk about in terms of our clients, not referring to them as offenders, seeing them as individuals rather than mass numbers, and looking at these individuals from what their need is, and then matching the services to those needs. What we know now through science and through research is that that's how we're going to achieve a better outcome. And that's also how we're going to achieve better public safety or improve public safety and break the intergenerational cycle of incarceration. And across the nation, agencies are really have taken the knowledge of what they call evidence-based practices, which is really using research to inform the decisions of how we operate our agencies, how we think of our clients in terms of their needs, and how we redefine service for those clients. There's a lot of innovation going on across the country. We know that housing, employment, education, and family support, all of those are really critical to success, as well as, staying away from antisocial peers and associates. And so one of the programs that I designed was called Pathways to Success. And what that does is, instead of waiting until an individual is released from prison and comes home to community supervision, is that my staff, we virtually, we interview the inmate while the inmate is still in prison prior to release, and we do a risk and needs assessment. And the risk and needs assessment allows us to really understand for this individual, what are his or her needs. And from that, we then begin to build a relationship, a rapport, a trust also with who will be our client, and also arrange for transportation from in this case, the correctional facility back into the community. Then we do our plan that's developed individual treatment and rehabilitation plan identifies what those needs are, understand what the educational level is, what the training needs are, employment needs are, housing, and has that set into place prior to the individual ever coming back into the community. And that is really important. Also, using a strength-based approach, in the prior years, it was always negative. When you broke a rule, then something happened. This turns that whole picture around and says, let us help you. Tell us, let's work on a plan together, not us tell you what to do. And then let us put those services in place so that you can be successful. Culture and attitude. I think that depending upon where you're at in the country, what agency that you're even in within a community, the cultures of our justice systems, which include, jails, prisons, community supervision, probation, and all of that, they've been developed over 100 years. And so that is a challenge that many agencies face, and that they have to make a very intentional effort in changing the culture. And that really starts with training staff, providing them the tools and the knowledge, but it also accountability for staff to basically, follow these new thoughts and science. There has to be accountability. And I think that's what we're seeing across the country now, with the public expects, accountability for all of our justice agencies, regardless of which one it is, from not only a fairness, but from an outcome, from a return on their investment. And I think that is definitely helping move the ball along towards, a new vision of what, community service, public safety, what it looks like.